And welcome back to Bitcoin Advisors channel. My name is Chris, bringing it to you from Westlake Village, California. It's Thursday afternoon, and we're getting a bit of a dump here. And as you can see, Bitcoin lost the critical support level right here at 85,000. Starting it off, I actually want to bring us back to the last video that we updated with, and well, tumultuous times out there. That's why I've been away from the YouTubes, but I did want to bring this up here really quick. And again, remember, this isn't financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I just want to give you the thoughts on the market, what I'm looking at right now. And here it is. Where's the rectangle? Is that it? That can't be it. Nope. You wouldn't believe how long it took me to find this parallel channel. That's what I'm looking for. That's the drawing tool. That is it. And I believe we had it drawn out like this. I think it was actually a little bit wider. And we said, look, I think I might have even had it down like this, saying, look, these are fake outs. This was the 4-hour parallel channel. These were the fake outs, and we were right in this area, and we said, oh no, it was right here. We were right here on the mid of this channel, and said, look, if this does not hold, very likely we are going to touch the bottom side of the channel. That is in fact what happened. And you want to get as many touches as possible. There was the possible fake out. People thought we were coming back to the middle of the channel there. That clearly did not happen. And in fact, I'm going to put a stop loss in here for my little Doge trade, because Doge just fell into the golden pocket and is getting a bit of a bounce. I think Popcat did as well. And I think that one has more to go to the downside, but Bitcoin could potentially be getting a bounce right here. But yesterday, we did have 3 daily candle closes, 3 red candles, 3 black crows, whatever you want to call it. That typically implies one more day of downside. And the other thing we talked about is on the daily time frame, as volatility was increasing, right? We said as soon as it gets above 25%, well, price should move in the direction of the stochastic, which was crossed down. Momentum was crossed to the downside. And that gave us kind of our bearish bias. And in fact, I do think we're getting closer to a bounce here than not. The day is not over. We've got about 3 hours left. 3 hours, 3 beautiful hours left on this afternoon. And I'm going to go over exactly what I need to see to start getting bullish again. Exactly what I need to see. And kind of go over, again, when volatility expands on the daily time frame, typically you're looking for, a 20 to 30% move. I think the average move is about 25%. And thus far, as volatility has expanded, 14%, from the high to the low, 15%. And, whoops, wrong button there. From the all-time high of this year to the low, we're down 25%. Where would 30% take us? Down to 76,000. And, the deepest target I would suspect is going to come in somewhere in this golden pocket between 70 and 60,000. That is the golden pocket. That is the juice level. We had said some time ago that, price action pretty much broke out of this range and never came back and tested it, right? So we were in a range for a very, very long time. We broke out and we never came back and retested this level at 71,000. We also talked about the CME gap getting filled, and it does look like that gap wants to get filled, which is coming in between 80 and 77,000. 80 and 77,000. So another thing to note regarding your altcoins is as Bitcoin dominance goes down, as Bitcoin price goes down, what we don't want to see is this, is Bitcoin price go down and Bitcoin dominance go up. That means people are running for the hills. So far, the past 2 days, Bitcoin dominance has gone down, and so has the price. We are closing on a third day of Bitcoin dominance here, and momentum is still to the downside. So this could be the saving grace for some of your altcoins here. If Bitcoin dominance goes down and Bitcoin does start to print the reversal, and how could we look for that reversal? Well, I'd like to use the anchored VWAP on the hourly time frame. Actually, I'm going to remove all the clutter here, and you can see that anchored VWAP on the hourly time frame is coming in at about $90,000. And what we do want to see in this case, in my opinion, again, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but if the market can reclaim this, put in a higher low, that would be your first sign of strength. Your first sign of strength. At the moment, though, it does look like we want to take these lows. And again, is there going to be a lot of liquidity sitting down there for a bounce? Similarly to what we saw right here. Again, if the bounce is going to get faded, you're just going to see continued lower highs on this hourly time frame. If you wanted to front run it, perhaps a 30-minute. And we did just come and fill the middle of this wick, the 50% retracement. So the bounce could be underway at the moment. We want to see what kind of volume is coming in off this candle. And really, we want to see it on the CMEs. So to me, CMEs are looking more bearish than not. And the day will close here with more room to expand into this gap. If volatility, if the moving average continues to point up, once the moving average starts to curl back over, that's when you could expect your mean reversion bounce. And CMEs, note, price is slightly different. We're talking about 83,385 for CMEs and 83,688 on the futures price. So there's also a gap up here at 94,000. So first we got to claim 91, claim 90,000. Then we got to claim 94,000, and then we're back in the game. And, where do the juiciest bounces come from? Well, it's going to be that golden pocket between the 618 and the 0.5. Often you hit the middle of the golden pocket, which is this low right here. And that would also be in line with pretty much a perfect M formation. We also did see on the weekly time frame the bearish divergence print. So price made a higher high, while the RSI made a lower high. In fact, that is going to be 2 drives. Coming back from this pivot, it's actually going to be more. 1, 2, 3, 4 drives. 4 drives, which could give you the dreaded 1618. The dreaded 1618. All the way back down to Doggy Town at 20,000 bucks. Again, don't want to set off any alarms here, but you want to be prepared for both sides of the trade. And when I say the 4 drives and that 1618 fib getting hit, you can see it never got hit on the last one here. Let's take a look. Curious to see what SUI looks like. Yeah, it looks like losing the value area low on the weekly time frame is not the epitome of health and fitness. And it looks like most of these altcoins are going to come for their wick. Again, not financial advice. Oh, there goes the bot slaves working their magic here. And go ahead and do your thing, Mr. Bot. And yep, I think that's it for me today. I'm just going to run through a few of the coins with their potentials. These spider lines coming in for Mr. Dogecoin already took out its wick. HBAR already took out its wick. So is it going to come back for more is the question. XRP has not taken out its wick. So perhaps you're wanting to get into some shorts and you're thinking, okay, well, some of the big ones took out their wick. Some of them did not. Some of them did not. Notice Popcat has been relatively strong over the past couple of days, but it is, beginning to roll over. And do I think that's the end of the downside party? If we do come for this wick, yes, it is coming in there. And Cardano dripping it off pretty bad. Today's going to be an important closure, and You know, again, in order for us to get bullish, let's just revisit this here. Even on the 30-minute time frame, we're going to need to see a reclaim of the 90,000. You could even front run it here and say, hey, we take out this high, that'll be your first higher high, and then we're looking for a higher low. So what would be the best case scenario for a long situation? Come down here, get some bullish divergence, come take out this high and bang back down to the 786, which is going to be where? And, you know, you just got to be prepared. I mean, be prepared for anything at this point. That would be your golden pocket for the long if we do get the bounce. Even if we get the bounce from right here, where we're at right now, if we decide to reverse with the stock market down 495 today, I'm guessing some economic news came out that was not favorable. And I thought I looked at it this morning. It was jobless claims, you know, a bunch of boring stuff. A bunch of boring stuff here. Jobless claims coming in lower than expected. So that should be a good thing, right? Now that means more inflation, no chance of a rate cut. Continuing jobless claims, lower than expected. And then we've got durable goods coming in higher than expected, so that's inflationary. GDP coming in at 2.3, in line with expectations. And any other majors? 30-year Treasury, 30-year mortgage rates at 6.76%. So nothing major here that I'm seeing other than GDP going down, which should be, you know, more on the bullish side for the economy. GDP going down. No, if you have GDP going down alongside inflation, that's probably not what you want to see. And there may be fears of, you know, stagflation when the economy's not growing and inflation is going up. All right, that's it for me today. I'll wrap it up with Bitcoin. As we're seeing volatility begin to increase, a real easy way to catch these moves to the downside, if you're looking to buy those dips, is by using the Fibonacci tool and just simply, you know, from the low to the high, you can see the 1618 fib almost got down to the 236, or sorry, yeah, the 2618. Going for this next proverbial target, you'd be looking about 81,350 for a bounce, especially if we just take out this low. Now, now that this low is in, you can see as we took out that low, it just bled on down a bit more. All right, that is it for me today, guys. Have yourself a blessed and highly favored day, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.